Check 56.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Yellow, 180. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Motion.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. Room here to run. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 23-yard run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3-and-out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3-and-out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 29, Foles, flush to his right. And a catch made here by Marquise Lee. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Now Foles. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Frank Clark, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Foles. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Foles. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Out to Cole on the right side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, The defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check 52. Go.
To throw again on second down. Foles. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. A shotgun give to Fournette. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Muhammad. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now here's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. On the ground, this is Ware. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. Well, one underlying storyline between these two teams is that the Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, he knows a lot about Nick Foles, the Jags QB. He drafted the quarterback when he was calling the shots in Philadelphia and later would sign him to Kansas City as a backup in 2016. But Kansas City, they have won the last 4 in this series, including a 30-14 victory a year ago. At the time, that got the Chiefs to 5-0 on the young season. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
218, chopper. 36, 30.
They'll look to throw. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened
there.
That
factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 99. Hey, exit.
2nd and 3. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And an alley to run. They will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette. 27 yards, and the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Gain of 40 yards. First down, Chiefs.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Mahomes. There's the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog, Mecole Hardman. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
At the Jaguars' 38-yard line.
44, Charlie. 44 is the mic. Check the out. Check the out. Check the out. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check. I don't need to. Stop here, D. 44 is the mic.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes eluded, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Attack, attack. Mike, 44. 3 buzz. 3 box track. 44 is the mic. 44 is the
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. Open man right side is Shark. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's good for another Jacksonville 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll look to throw here to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
2nd down and goal. Foles got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Set to valve. There to make the grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead now stands at 13. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Now, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
44, Mike, 44.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And some room to maneuver. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll give to Smallwood out of the gun. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no.
And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Yellow, I'm on 80. Here we go, D, get off the field. Yellow. Go. 44, Mike, 44. I got one. 44 is the Mike.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Muhammad. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Alpha. 44, Mike, 44. You ain't going nowhere. 44 is the Mike.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Still on the return. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Mike, 44. Go out. Come on, D. 44.
On second and 12, Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 6. Mike. Recon, 132-5.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Hey, goal. Down goal.
They're going to look to throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Foles now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Now Foles. This is caught, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On first down, Muhammad, and a loose football, and the Jags grab it. And he he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Good. 180. Check 56. Hey, pick your game up.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Joker. Hey, Silver. Let's go.
Here's Foles. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That's what I do. Delta. Popo's the Mike. Mike Popo. I got it. 44.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes, flush to his right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends. Attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason. And that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Foles. That is caught inside the 5. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Seth DeValve, already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And some space here. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, 7-1. Here we go.
2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
12. 56. Check 56. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 56. Mike, 56. Silent. 56. Hey, Charlie. 56 to Mike. Here we go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
Here we go. Right in. Easy. Tight on this side. Tight on the left. You got 3.
Now back to throw. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. A good pickup there at 22.
22 more yards. That's another Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Chris Jones on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
13.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
50. On the line. Yellow. Here we go. 58. 58. Come on. Watch the out. 58. Come on. 58. Come on. Watch the run.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Throwing on second and long. Foles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'll put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run on 1st down. Muhammad, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd down, Muhammad, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Here's Mahomes to throw. Fighting Hardman here over the middle. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. It's Kelsey on the ground, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They go again with Muhammad. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
It's a turnover on downs.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Jags, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.